Monica. So I moved to Sarasota about a decade ago, and at that time I had the chance to sit down with our next speaker. I shared with him my ideas for what a creative community could look like, and he shared with me his. Over the next decade, I have watched this person transform and deliver on that vision, and it has been quite a sight to behold. Everyone in this room knows him. He is a huge friend of PINC and a large reason why we're all gathered here today. I'd like to welcome to the stage Dr. Larry Thompson.
Thank you, Anand. Okay, well, in some ways, I guess I'm maybe a filler here, is what they sort of call it, as I get ready for the really next speaker. I'm not an animation, okay? And trust me, I'm not a contortionist, although in my dreams I have a body like that. But in any event, so you're not going to look for any of those things. But a couple of things that Anand asked me to do was to, first of all, just give some initial reaction to what I thought about what had happened so far. And I am just so excited about having PINC here. And I'm going to tell you in a little bit about the story about sort of how this happened when Anand made a big mistake and came to me and asked me about whether we would do something to help with PINC. But in any event, so a couple of things I wrote down as some of these speakers were speaking, which was, first of all, I'm thinking about Ringling College now becoming a barefoot college, okay? And I know we have some students here, but you know, if you didn't see the morning part, now we're going to recruit grandmothers, okay? So we're going to solve all the problems as a result of that. Secondly, I thought Dixon really had a great comment, which was just sort of a side comment, but it was so critical, because when he was talking about the vertical farming and how it is, this whole ecology issue is all a design problem. It's a design problem. And that's what the whole message is of a lot of what we do at Ringling, is that art and design can solve all kinds of issues. It is not just about doing a logo, a beautiful picture, whatever. It's about the creativity behind it that can help solve different social problems, business problems, whatever. So design needs to permeate everything. The second part, or third part, is I love Michael with his photographs, and when he said that you know, you don't see things as they are, you see them as you are. And that was reinforced by LZ. You don't hear things as they are, you hear things as you are, right? So it gets to the whole question about the arts. Is there art if there's no person seeing it or hearing it? So in my view, that is what art is all about, is the person, not the thing. It is the person, not the thing. And finally, I also want to say about Chris, don't you wish you had a history teacher like that? Okay. In fact, we should have more teachers like Chris. And I loved his comment about how he was with his daughter and in terms of curiosity. And that's one of the things that really scares me today in today's educational system, is that we tend to beat creativity out of people. We tend to beat it out of them. So I'm a huge advocate of what's called STEAM. All of you have heard of STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. It's all important, really critical, but you got to put the A in it, because the A is what brings about the total creativity, okay? And that's the arts. And so when I see arts programs being cut because of the fact that we need more whatever tests and more things that are going to force people to do things in a certain way or in straight lines, as Alan said, I get very concerned about our future. So I'm going to I think it's a big thing we need to do is make certain that we include STEAM as part of this, not just STEM. In fact, I like to say that, you know, one of the things we don't need are more multiple choice tests. We need more tests with multiple answers, okay? That's what we need. That's really what we need. Okay, so I've got some of the others that I want to talk about as well, but I think it's important. I'm going to mention how this whole thing came about because we became a presenting partner of this, we Ringling College. And what happened, it was the moment that Anand came to my office and told me about PINC. I said, what in the world is PINC? What is this? And he started talking about the Netherlands and whatever. I said, what, you just want a trip to the Netherlands? Is that what you... Anyway. So I started just, speaking with him, and he started to describe it. And then he brought Oliver, and at that time, a pregnant Karen, along with him, to talk further about PINC and describe it. And for some of you in the audience, you may have been at the design summits that we did back in the mid-2000s, or some of that. And I just thought, this is very similar to that, and it's so needed in this community, and it's so wonderful for this community. I just said, I'm all in. I'm totally all in. So that's how we became the presenting partner of it. Now, what I think is important is because I think we should be branding, and I've been having a lot of conversations with people, and I'd love to have the reaction from this group, that Sarasota has so much going for it. This entire region has so much going for it in the creativity area. And I think it would be fabulous for us to think about branding it as the Creativity Epicenter, the Creative Coast, the Coast of Creativity. I don't know what the term is, okay? But when you think about what is here with having all the cultural arts that we have, which is sort of a baseline for it, plus we have all these universities and colleges, plus we have so many now creative industries, including at large and so forth as part of it, we have a real ability to claim that as, instead of Silicon Valley or whatever, to be really an epicenter of creativity. So what do you think about that? Does that make sense to you? And I think a big part of it is having the first U.S. conference of PINC here in Sarasota, right? Yeah, exactly. So that's why we wanted to bring it here to Sarasota, because creativity, if you don't know, is really our natural resource in this country, and it's going to be the oil of the future. And it's like what Alan was saying, because reality is that as you look at this, you're moving from a place where businesses, services need to be differentiated, and you have to have special things for people, make them unique, and that is all about the creative process and making things creative. And you know what? You can't outsource creativity. It can't go overseas. And it can't be automated, right? So it's a really critical resource, especially for this nation. And we are ahead right now in that entire component of it. And I think we ought to be really pushing more forward to it. And so creativity is the new oil. The other part is, and others are recognizing it. There's a great study by leaders of IBM where they asked 1,500 CEOs globally, what is the #1 leadership skill needed for the future? And to my shock, creativity was #1. What was a little disturbing is it beat out integrity, okay? But anyway, whatever. But, for my message, it's all about creativity. So I just wanted to say how pleased Ringling College of Art and Design is, our faculty, our students, our trustees, to be this presenting partner for PINC. And thank you so much, Oliver and Karen and Anand, for bringing it here, and for the other sponsors who were part of it. Thank you.